Hi everyone, welcome to Sunrise Stretch. My name's Amber Langford. Thanks for joining me today. For today's class, we're going to begin standing and then we're going to be making our way down to the ground for our stretches. We will be doing some stretches where we'll be laying back on our flat on our back. So if you need to, now's the time to either roll out that yoga mat or move to a comfortable, softer surface. And let's begin. We're going to start with our neck first. So I want you to just stand, feet about hip to shoulder width apart, hands down at your sides. We're going to start by looking over to the right and then dropping that chin down towards our right shoulder. We're stretching out that left side of the neck here. If we need just a little bit more of a deeper stretch, you can go ahead and reach up with that right hand, gently putting some pressure on the top of your head, pulling down. We're focusing on our breathing here, taking nice deep breaths, inhaling through our nose and exhaling through our mouth. One last deep breath. And release your head, looking back up, turning to center, and then repeating on the opposite side, looking to the left, dropping our chin down towards that left shoulder, using that left hand to reach up, grabbing the top of our head, gently putting some pressure, increasing that stretch here. One more deep breath. Releasing our head, looking back up towards center. We're going to switch that focus down more towards our shoulders. So we're going to do 3 big shoulder circles in each direction, starting hands just resting at our sides. We're going to bring those shoulders up towards our ears, rolling those shoulders back and down, opening up that chest before pulling those shoulders forward, rounding that upper back, and repeat. We're trying to get as much range of motion as possible here. Really focusing on opening that chest before pulling down and rounding through that upper back. Once we've done 3 circles going backwards, we're going to round forward, pulling shoulders down. Shoulder blades pull together in the back, and then up towards our ears. We're going to do 3 circles going forward as well. Still taking those nice deep breaths. Last one here. And relaxing out of that, bringing those shoulders back down to your neutral position. Let's take our right arm next. We're going to reach up to shoulder height horizontal, crossing that right arm over the center. We're going to bend at the elbow. So we're going to take that right hand, we're going to reach back like we're trying to reach down that upper back. Our left hand is going to grab the elbow and we're going to press and pull that right arm as close to our chest as possible, reaching that right hand down that upper back. Still inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. One more deep breath here. And releasing that right arm and lowering it down. Left arm raises up to shoulder height, crossing it over, bending at the elbow, reaching that hand down our back. Using that right hand at our elbow to help pull that left arm as close to that chest as possible. One more deep breath. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Releasing both arms. We're going to take one step out to the side with each foot. Feet are facing forward. We're going to keep our legs as straight as possible, and we're going to stretch the backs of our thighs. So we're going to take our hands and we're just going to skim those hands down our legs, reaching those hands down towards the floor. Once we've gone as far as we can, we're just going to hold, letting our head and neck relax. Keeping both legs as straight as possible. Trying to get a little bit closer to the ground with each exhale. Doing our best to just relax into that stretch. One more deep breath, inhaling through your nose and exhale out through that mouth. We're going to take our left hand and we're going to reach towards that right foot. You can either brace that left hand on the ground next to your foot or anywhere on that right leg, whether that is our thigh or our shin. I don't want to be resting on our kneecap directly, so either above or below. And then that right hand, we're going to take it and we're going to reach up towards the ceiling, looking up over that right shoulder. We're adding a little bit of rotation here. Two more deep breaths. And lowering that right hand down, walking those hands over towards that left foot now, bracing that right hand either on the ground near your foot, on that shin or on that upper thigh, and left hand reaches up towards the ceiling, looking up over that left shoulder. One more deep breath. And exhale, lowering both hands down and returning to center. From here, we're going to slowly move down to the ground. We're going to be in a kneeling position. So we're going to be on our hands and our knees. We're going to have our hips stacked right over those knees. And we're going to move into our puppy dog pose. So for this one, we're going to walk our hands out, keeping those hips up in the air. And we're going to try to drop our chest, drop our shoulders down towards the floor. Feel free to relax that neck and rest your head on the ground. You can either rest your forehead or your chin, whatever is most comfortable. One more breath here. And then we're going to take our left hand and we're going to stack it right on top of our right hand. And then sinking those shoulders back down, that chest back down towards the ground. One more deep breath here. We're going to place our left hand back in its starting position and then stack that right hand on top. And then same thing, sinking that chest back down towards the ground, keeping those hands stacked. One more deep breath. And lifting that chest up and walking those hands back in. We are going to transition and we're going to be laying on our side next. We're going to be going into an open book stretch. So when we're laying on our side, we're going to start on our right side. We're going to take that bottom arm and we're going to use it to cushion our head and our neck. We're going to take those knees and we're going to bend our knees up, pulling those knees up as close to our chest as possible. Our right hand, or our left hand is going to be on top. We're going to lace those fingers together behind our head and we're just going to roll our shoulders back, keeping our legs on the ground. Trying to reach that left arm to the ground. Rotate. Spine here. So I really want you to do that nice inhale and exhale, relax and stretch, allowing your more. Rolling back to center, back to the top. We're going to transition to the other side now. You can feel free to just roll over to the other side. I want to be facing the camera, so I'm going to get up and roll over in this direction, but we're going to be laying on our left side now, using that left arm to cushion our head, support our neck, tucking both knees in towards our chest. That right arm is on top, lacing those fingers together, and then rolling that right arm back, reaching our right arm towards the ground, making sure our legs are not lifting up, rotating through our spine. Taking nice deep breaths, allowing gravity to pull us closer to the ground with each exhale. One more deep breath. And rolling back towards the center, we're going to release those hands and we're going to transition to our back. So I want you to roll to your back. We're going to start with our hands off to the side. Our legs are bent, feet and knees are together. And we're going to just begin with some gentle rocks side to side. So dropping both legs over to the right, getting as close to the ground as we can before bringing them back up towards the ceiling, and then over to the left. We're taking these movements nice and slow, focusing on getting a little bit more range of motion with each repetition. We're going to do 4 rocks to each side. Making sure your shoulders and your head are staying flat on the ground, and we're looking up towards the ceiling. Let's do 1 more rock to each side. And bringing both knees back up towards the ceiling. We're going to straighten our left leg out so it's flat on the ground. And we're going to take that right leg, we're going to lift our foot up off the ground, and we're going to grab the top of our shin, and we're going to try to pull our knee towards our chest, keeping that left leg nice and straight. One more deep breath here. And releasing that right leg, straightening that right leg out, bringing that left leg up, bending at the knee. We're going to lace those fingers, grabbing the top of our shin, and then pull that left knee as close to our chest as possible. One last breath. And releasing that left leg. We're going to keep our left leg bent. I'm going to show you a few different variations. We're going to be moving into a figure 4 stretch. So we can do a few different options. We can have our left leg stay flat on the ground. Our knee is bent. And we take that right leg and we cross our leg, our right ankle is crossed right on top of our left thigh, and just gently pressing out with that knee, opening up our hip. This is option 1. Option 2, we can bring both legs up, floating in the air, and then grabbing the back of our thigh on that left leg and pulling our legs closer to our chest. Still keeping that right leg crossed on top of your thigh and that right hip open, making a number 4 with our legs. These are both good options here. We're really just focused on opening up those hips. One last breath here. And then I want everyone to release that leg and place that left foot down on the ground. We're going to add some rotation. So I want you to bring your hands off to the side. And I want you to try to bring that right foot down towards the ground. We're rolling over towards the left. Keeping our shoulders flat on the ground, we're still looking up towards the ceiling. If you want a little bit more of a stretch, we can take that left hand and just gently press down on the outside of our right leg. One last breath. And uncross those legs, stacking them together. We're going to roll both knees back up towards the ceiling. And we're going to switch sides. So now our same thing, we have our two variations. Taking that left leg, crossing our ankle on top of that right thigh, opening up that hip and pressing out. You can either hold here or we can maintain this position, but bring both legs up in the air, grabbing behind our right thigh and pulling those legs closer to our chest. Making sure we're not pushing into any pain. We're just getting that nice stretch in our hips. One last deep breath here. And release our legs, lowering our foot back down to the ground. Hands are off to the side, rolling our legs over towards the right. Trying to get that left leg down towards the ground. If we want to increase that stretch, we can feel free to just put some gentle pressure on the outside of that left leg. Shoulders are flat on the ground still, looking up towards the ceiling. One more deep breath. Uncrossing those legs, stacking them together. We're going to roll and bring those knees back up to the ceiling. From here, we're going to slowly transition to a seated position. So we are going to slowly press on up. From here, I want you to sit up nice and tall. We're going to keep our feet and knees together. We're going to take our hands and we're going to reach back behind our body. Our fingers are facing away. And we're going to slowly walk those hands out. We're walking those hands out as far as we can until we feel a gentle stretch. Once we feel a gentle stretch, we're going to lift our chin up towards the ceiling, opening up that chest. Elbows are straight. One last deep breath and walk those hands back in, back to our seated position. Our last stretch, we're going to focus on our wrists and forearms. So for this next one, a couple of variations. We can do this from a kneeling position. We're going to be on our knees with our hands in front of our body. Or you can also do this from standing, using a chair and placing your hands either on the seat of a chair or on your desk. Those are our couple options. If kneeling isn't the most comfortable, you can also do it in that standing position. But we're going to bend at the waist. We're going to have our fingers facing our knees. Our palms are going to be facing down towards the ground. And we're going to slowly try to press our palms into the ground and then straighten our elbows. If we need a little bit more of a stretch here, we can pull those shoulders back. Elbows are straight. Palms are pressing into the ground. Holding here. Let's do 2 more deep breaths. And relaxing out of that. Coming back up to a standing position. You're gonna roll those wrists out really quick. That is all of the stretching I have for you all today. Thank you for joining me. I hope you feel a little bit less tension and you're ready to get right back into your Tuesday. See you all next time and have a great day.